Airplane Systems and Standard Operating Procedure. Chapter 5. Circuit Approach and Landing. Downwind. Recommended lateral displacement for downwind leg is 0.7 nautical mile, nm. This displacement provides a good margin of safety in case of engine failure, while providing optimum time to reach approach path under normal conditions. Once rolled out on downwind, check height, speed and direction correct and carry out downwind checks. Vital actions downwind. A. Check displacement correct and aircraft flying parallel to runway. B. Height 700 feet AGL and speed 70 to 75 knots. C. Engine parameters within limits. Call out. D. Oil pressure, oil temperature, CT1 and CT2, EGT1 and EGT2, fuel quantity. E. Landing lights on. RT call. Abeam live dumbbell, reduce engine power to idle RPM. Maintain attitude and height to reduce speed to 70 knots. Trim aircraft and do not descend. As speed reduces below 70 knots, select flaps to position 1, flaps 15 degrees. Aim to achieve speed 60 knots before turning onto base leg. When touchdown point approaches between 30 degrees and 45 degrees, between 0800 to 0730 clock code position, for left-hand circuit, 0400 to 0430 clock code position, for right-hand circuit, commence turn onto base leg. Questions. Question number 1. What is the recommended lateral displacement for the downwind leg? A. 0.5 nautical mile. B. 0.7 nautical mile. C. 1.0 nautical mile. D. 1.5 nautical mile. Question number 2. Why is a lateral displacement of 0.7 nautical mile recommended for the downwind leg? A. To perform aerobatic maneuvers. B. To provide a good margin of safety in case of engine failure. C. To test the engine performance. D. To practice emergency procedures. Question number 3. What should be checked once rolled out on the downwind leg? A. Fuel quantity. B. Engine temperature. C. Height, speed, and direction. D. Landing gear position. Question number 4. What should be carried out during the downwind leg checks? A. Check fuel quantity. B. Check engine temperature. C. Check height, speed, and direction. D. Check landing gear position. Question number 5. What should be checked to ensure the aircraft is flying parallel to the runway during the downwind leg? A. Engine parameters. B. Displacement. C. Fuel quantity. D. Landing lights. Question number 6. What is the recommended height and speed during the downwind leg? A. 500 feet AGL, 60 to 65 knots. B. 600 feet AGL, 65 to 70 knots. C. 700 feet AGL, 70 to 75 knots. D. 800 feet AGL, 75 to 80 knots. Question number 7. Which engine parameters should be called out during the downwind leg? A. Oil pressure, oil temperature, CT1 and CT2, EGT1 and EGT2, fuel quantity. B. RPM, manifold pressure, fuel flow, battery voltage. C. Coolant temp, oil pressure, fuel pressure, exhaust temp. D. Airspeed, altitude, heading, vertical speed. Question number 8. What action should be taken regarding the landing lights during the downwind leg? A. Turn them off. B. Flash them intermittently. C. Turn them on. D. Adjust their brightness. Question number 9. What communication action should be taken during the downwind leg? A. Make an RT call. B. Send a text message. C. Use hand signals. D. Flash the landing lights. Question number 10. What should be done when Abeam the live dumbbell? A. Increase engine power to full RPM. B. Reduce engine power to idle RPM. C. Maintain engine power at cruise RPM. D. Turn off the engine. Question number 11. What speed should be maintained while reducing engine power to idle RPM? A. 60 knots. B. 65 knots. C. 70 knots. D. 75 knots. Question number 12. What should be done as the speed reduces below 70 knots? A. Select flaps to position 0, flaps retracted. B. Select flaps to position 1, flaps 15 degrees. C. Select flaps to position 2, flaps 25 degrees. D. Maintain current flap position. Question number 13. What is the target speed before turning onto the base leg? A. 50 knots. B. 55 knots. C. 60 knots. D. 65 knots. Question number 14. At what clock code position should the turn onto the base leg be commenced for a left-hand circuit? A. 0800 to 0730. B. 0900 to 0830. C. 0700 to 0630. D. 0600 to 0530. Post your answers in the comments. Thank you.